It's Friday, and I'm Marsha Grace, your modern meditation mentor, here as always. I'm coming today from a new location, and this is my dining room, and I may look a little weird, and I'll explain why in a minute. But it was just too much of an effort for me to move my technology to my usual location in front of my home altar. So, just to let you know, I can barely see. So that's why I'm in this strange position. But I carry on. And a few days ago, I lost my vision in my good right eye for the most part. And the good news is, of course, that I will be able to have surgery coming up April 5th, I believe it is. So prayers would be appreciated to correct that replacement of the lens so that I'll be able to see again. So that's the good news. Um, so today our topic is, should a spiritual person ever be stressed? And I think there's a part of us that thinks, oh, well, if you're spiritual, then you shouldn't get stressed, right? Spiritual people are calm. Spiritual people are in control, or they don't have any problems like that, right? I would deign to disagree because in this world, stress is as natural as breathing. That's just the way it is. If you're in a body, you are going to experience stress. Because there are different kinds of stress, of course. The basic bodily type of stress, just from pure gravity, um, walking on the planet, just moving our bodies and our bodies aging and our bodies getting into accidents or, whatever, all the different things that can happen to a body. So, so these are the kinds of things, stresses that we really cannot avoid. Um, and of course, then there's stress, of mental stress, which I think basically is what we're talking about most of the time. We're talking about mental stress, and so that's there are of course multiple levels of stress, but that's the one that we struggle with the most, I think. So. Um, Beings like Buddha and Jesus would certainly have a much better handle on dealing with their stress than most of us. Although we've read that Jesus he threw over those tables in the temple because of what the money changers were doing, and and Buddha, of course, taught for a long time. So there are examples. They are our examples. So don't beat yourself up if you're feeling stressed by saying, oh, I'm not a spiritual being because I'm feeling stressed. All right? Please don't do that. Um, the problem, we want to address the problem, right? So the problem is that we accept stress as impervious, right? We can't change it. It's there. It's part of life. And and then we wrestle. We wrestle with it instead of recognizing that we have a choice. So important. Do we keep the stress that we're feeling, or can we let it go? So that is the problem that we have to deal with. Um, so the difference, as I see it, between enlightened beings like Jesus and Buddha and everyone else is that they're able to notice their stress as an external component of their experience in their day, and therefore they are able to alter that experience to return to a state of peace. They know how to do this, they know this. The good news is that Jesus and Buddha were role models for us. Buddha spent many years teaching his principles of how to lead a moral and peaceful life. And Jesus said, greater things than I have done will ye do. It's right there in the Bible. So, so their whole purpose in life was to tell us that we can do the same things that they have done, right? They're not on some pedestal way up there, someplace that's unattainable. They are our role models in that yes, we can do the very same thing. So in other words, if we are willing, we can learn how to notice our stress, just like I have this stress now with not being able to see, and it makes everything really hard to do, and some things I can't do at all right now. So I'm biding my time until the surgery. But I'm handling it by recognizing there are other things that I can do that are just as meaningful and purposeful and enjoyable. So, and I'll get through this to the other side. So, so if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to notice your stress, you have to notice it. Because if you're not noticing it, if you're not willing to notice it, then it's not going to go away. You're still going to be a victim of your stress. So by the very fact that you don't let the stress go, that's how you know. How do you know that you're not willing? Is that you're still holding on to the stress. You're still holding on to the situation. You're still holding on to the hurt, the anger, the disappointment, all of the things that that seem so written in stone for you to have a reason to be upset and stressed. So that's the tricky part, owning up to your own unwillingness. That's the hard part. So if you are willing to address your unwillingness and you want to find true peace instead of chaos in your life, join me on first and third Mondays, because I am teaching the principles of A Course in Miracles, which in my estimation is the highest form of spiritual teaching around today, or any day. And so we're to have this Miracle Mastery Mind gatherings, first and third Mondays at 7 p.m. And if you are willing to allow yourself the beautiful opportunity to let your stress go and allow peace to blossom in you, join us. All right, and the way you can do that is you can send me a DM, you can send me an email to mg@marshagrace.com, or send me a carrier pigeon, whatever, however you want to get in touch with me is fine, and I can set you up. So that's it for today. I wish you a very happy Friday and rest of the week. And remember, everything begins with a thought. So notice your thoughts and get rid of the ones that are causing you stress. Okay, bye-bye for now.